developing this afternoon. The Trump administration's new sweeping reciprocal tariffs are taking hold, and China has announced this morning that it is raising tariffs on U.S. goods to 84% in response. Natalie Brand brings us the latest from Washington.
U.S. trading partners are hitting back after President Trump's reciprocal tariffs kicked in overnight. Beijing responded to the administration's additional 50% tariff on Chinese imports, raising its retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods to 84%.
No one wins in a war, but it's proportionality, and the proportionality for the Chinese is going to be much worse.
The European Union has announced retaliatory tariffs on more than $20 billion of U.S. goods, but countries are also signaling they want to negotiate. The administration says it's heard from about 70.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything, sir.
President Trump also criticized the members of his own party who are questioning his tariff strategy, saying it would be a mistake for Congress to take over trade negotiations.
As I talk to my farmers, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of uncertainty, because when we get into a trade war, usually the first pawn in the trade war is agriculture.
U.S. Trade Representative Jamison Greer returned to Capitol Hill for a second day of questioning about the administration's strategy.
I think that tariffs are an imposition on foreign goods that can protect American workers and American products.
President Trump also said Tuesday night he will impose new tariffs on imported pharmaceuticals, but did not say when. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
So when talking tariffs, which goods could see price changes and how soon could they happen? Well, first, clothes and shoes. We import a lot of those from China, Vietnam, Cambodia, India. There's a study from Yale University that suggests those prices could rise around 20%. Electronics, we import a lot of TVs and phones from China and Taiwan. Furniture, a third of all furniture is imported to the United States. Cars and car parts, especially from Europe. The 25% tariff on foreign cars is expected to add on to these new tariffs. Chocolate and cocoa, we get almost all of that from Central and South America, so those prices could rise. And then seafood. Obviously, we eat a lot of seafood where we live. About 80% of it, though, in the United States comes from other countries like Canada, Chile, India, Indonesia, and Vietnam. Now, those are just some of the goods impacted. There are also worries about the price of wine from Europe. We've talked about that. Certain vegetables and crops like rice, for example, from Asia. All right, so when could you see those price increases? The big question is when, right? Well, any food imports, fruits, veggies, coffee, more, those could go up within the next 2 weeks, so pretty quickly. Electronics, clothes, shoes, those are going to take a little more time, maybe around a month or two, experts say. And then the big items, you think cars, furniture, that may take up to 6 months before we see those prices go up. Now, it all depends on how much has been stocked up, how long the shelf life is. There's been a record amount of imports in January and February ahead of those tariffs, so certainly something to watch.